Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Okay sweeties, we are here of course talking about new makeup releases today, and today I don't know really what is happening because I just came home walking my dogs who are also here, so if you hear something that is the dogs. And I just came home and I saw that there are city workers outside cutting down a tree. Now right now it's quiet. I have no idea if they just took a break or if they're done, so we'll just have to see what happens. Okay, if you hear a lot of noise, then you know that it was just a break. I hope it's a long one so I can finish filming. Okay sweetie, then of course if you're new here, I'm a makeup artist and stylist. I'm loving makeup, colorful makeup, neutral makeup. It does not matter to me really. I prefer, I don't know really, you know, it really depends on the day. You know, I feel like the older I get and the more I am, or the longer I am in this whole community, I feel like I'm not going to limit myself to this thing or this thing, because you know what, in the beginning when I started my channel, everybody told me who had more experience, who said you need to brand yourself, you need to be the colorful makeup lover, or you need to be the neutral makeup lover, or you need to be the indie makeup lover, or you need to be this or that or the other thing. And I'm like, says who? You know, back then I followed that rule, and now I say, says who? Okay, I love whatever I love and I don't like whatever I don't like, and that is basically what I'm sharing here with you. And if you're up for that, then feel free to subscribe. Of course, as always, check out my description box because there is a link to my link tree which leads you to all my social media and also to a list with all of the discount codes that I have with the different brands. So if you want to use it, then fine. If you don't, then don't. Then use someone else's or pay the full price by all means. Okay, as always, there will be a notification here when I have a discount code to buy that at the time that I am filming this. Okay, as always, my videos are not super edited because I think it is time for a little bit more reality in the YouTube world, and I am craving that so much. And I also know that ever since I started to be more natural in a way here in front of the camera, because I have not been over editing my videos anymore, I think you're also feeling the vibe that I'm more relaxed, I'm more happy, and I've also gotten some feedback from you guys that you're really liking it. So that is that, and I just feel like, you know, I can have a day when my tongue is tied because you guys have it too, and why not just being real, right? So that is what we're doing. Okay sweeties, what do I have on my face? I actually have this one. This is the Don't Be Jelly palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. We're also going to talk later on in the video about this brand, and this I received in PR. This is my fourth look, and by the time you're seeing this video, I think all four of them should already be live on my social media so you can see them close up. I have really enjoyed this palette so far. This is how she looks, and especially this shade and this shade, they're out of this world. Out of this world, really. The whole palette is really beautiful, but these two are just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, so super nice. And again, of course, check out the looks on social media. Okay, beyond that, is there anything else I need to tell you before we go in? I thought there was something. Maybe if I'll remember, I'll tell you later. Okay, sweeties, let's fire up Instagram and see what we can talk about. I do have a nice compilation. Yeah. And let's see, there are a lot of sneak peeks again. So I think we are going to be very busy talking about makeup all the time. The thing is though, and I don't know if you feel like that too, and I've been speaking to my friends, and I'm also feeling it myself, that I kind of feel like there is, I don't know, almost a makeup fatigue going on, because there have been so many releases and also so many amazing looking releases, partially also super expensive / overpriced. Don't know if I can really judge what is overpriced and what not, but for me definitely not possible price wise. And I'm very open about this because there is no shame in this to say that, and I think also here we should be more real. You're getting my mothering again. Yeah, but in any case, I love personally still to look at the new releases and to talk about them. For me, there is something very therapeutic about it. I know it puts a lot of people under stress, and then just don't watch these kinds of videos if it makes you have FOMO, and then you're like, what am I gonna do? I need this makeup and whatever. For me, I feel like if I talk about it, I almost already like get it out of my system. I do not necessarily need to have it. So, you know, you need to of course judge yourself how you handle things, but I do not get a lot of makeup anymore. I do get some things in PR, but I'm also not buying a lot anymore because I just feel like I don't have to, you know, I don't have to. I can if I want to, but it happens like, I don't know, 3-4 times a year that I'm buying a palette. And I think, honestly, that that has been a very, very healthy development for me personally. Okay, now, how long have I been speaking? 5 minutes, almost 6. So let's go into the new makeup releases. Yeah, I just should sit here and just give life advice. Right. Okay. I see all of you unsubscribing, so let us go into the new makeup releases, and let's start with Indie Beat Cosmetics, because they were sneak peeking something where I think the picture, this initial picture, is already very, very intriguing, and that is this one. Now, I know nothing about this. It says only something new is coming soon. Kind of an obvious one, but it says Skid Row, which I have no idea what that means because my English is apparently not that great. I have no idea. Okay, sometimes I just don't know. But then of course you have this this plant that eats animals and people. I don't know, but like a dangerous looking plant with teeth, and that could be super, super exciting. So color scheme wise, with the pink and the green, different shades of green, I'm super excited to see what is behind this. So we shall see. We'll definitely talk about it. So this is going to come soon from Indie Beat Cosmetics. Then we also definitely need to talk about a sneak peek that is coming from Shelby Makeup, and Shelby Makeup is going to drop something soon. This is all I see. This looks like 4 pan palettes with 2 mattes and 2 shimmers each. Now, no, that's not true, because in the bottom one there is only 1 matte. So I really don't know. I don't know a lot, but this is coming soon. I just wanted to show you this because I just thought it's so, so cute that the shade names are in Chinese and in English. That is so cute though. I don't know why I'm so attracted to this. I find this very, very attractive. So yeah, so I'm going to of course talk about this once I know a little bit more, but this, you know, this looks cute. I'm personally, as you probably know if you're not new here, I am not into small palettes for me personally. If I have a choice, okay, if I get it in PR, of course I'll work with it. But for me as a purchase choice, I would not go for it because I personally love bigger palettes. Now, this, for example, the Don't Be Jelly palette that I just showed you has 12 shades. Why do I always feel like it's 10? It's 12 shades. Yeah, it is 12 shades, and that is a nice size palette. It's but it's on the small spectrum for me. I like 18 plus. Okay, so just saying, that's my personal preference, but of course we're all different, and I know personally also that a lot of people feel bigger palettes are very intimidating and they don't know where to start, you know. So yeah, we are all different, so that's great. Okay, we definitely also need to talk about Nomad Cosmetics, because Nomad Cosmetics is starting to sneak peek their new release. And I am actually, on the day when you're seeing this, I'm starting to work with a new palette because I have it already here. And definitely then, of course, once I'm allowed to post, because I cannot, of course, post before Nomad, obviously. Definitely check out the looks, because I think that is a very, very beautiful palette. I just cannot say more, but this is the only thing that I can show you right now. This is coming on May 30th, so it's basically right around the corner, and that is what it is. So yeah, let's just be very excited about this palette, because I think this is going to be a very versatile palette and very loved by a very broad spectrum, you know. Yeah, so I think it's very versatile for I don't want to say too much because I can't give anything away, but I fell in love with it immediately, and I thought also the creativity again with the packaging and everything is just outstanding with Nomad Cosmetics. Super big fan of the brand. And oh, did I mention to you that this video is a day early this week? No, I didn't say that, right? So yeah, I'm filming this a day early. You're also seeing it a day early because in my religion, in Judaism, we are going to have at the end of the week, we're going to have another high holiday. So I had to move everything up a little bit. So that is the reason. All right, so sweeties, Nomad Cosmetics coming on May 30th. And we're definitely, of course, going to talk about this. And you're going to start seeing looks on my social media super soon. All right, then we also need to talk about XO Beauty Shop. XO Beauty Shop is I think it's based in New Zealand or Australia. I want to say New Zealand. I hope I'm not saying anything wrong. But in any case, they're coming out with the new matte lipstick formula. And there is, 7 new matte lipsticks. There's also 7 new liquid lipsticks. Both of them, or each of them, retail for $15. And then there are also 8 new lip pencils for about $12 each. Okay, I love this collection so much. So much because this is exactly the colors that I love. Just that I don't love matte lipsticks. Not only matte liquid lipsticks, but also matte bullet lipsticks is not so much for me because I kind of feel like it makes my lips look older than I am, you know. But the colors are just so classy and so amazingly beautiful. And no matter if you are into very colorful looks or if you're into neutral makeup or minimal makeup or whatever, these colors are just going to be so beautiful, you know. Now I don't know if you are of a darker complexion or something. I don't know, but I'm talking about myself right now, you know. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, so sweeties, these look absolutely beautiful. Let me just see. I think they're already available. So in case you want to, then of course, feel free to check out XO Beauty Shop. I have never personally tried any lip products from them, but I have tried a palette and I really liked it. Yeah. Okay, sweeties, then let's also talk about Mozzet's Dam because they are coming out with 2 releases as far as I can see. So this lippy collection here, this is the entire Perpetual Matte Liquid Lipstick collection. This is launching. This has launched already. For pre-order. Okay, so this is what it is. I think you can have the whole collection together and you can also buy them individually. Now this is a collection which is also with the darker colors. I think that could also work, of course, for darker complexions very well. Not that people have to, just saying, like, in general what I feel like would make sense. But I think you also need balls for this collection. Now the middle row is probably my most favorite because again it leans more into the rosies and browns. That is more my thing. Once in a while I wear like a super bright red lip, but only really with very classy and low, I don't know, low impact eye makeup. You know, I'm very classy when it comes to that, honestly. When it comes to the combination between eyes and lips and stuff like that, I usually keep my lips kind of low key or low, I don't know, low impact. I prefer that because I want to have, of course, the whole impact on my eyes. But you know, today everybody does whatever they want to do. So, and of course on the far right you see that minty green that is standing on its own, kind of. And yeah, so that is the whole entire collection. And then they're also coming out with a palette which looks like this. This is the I can't say it. Gothferetti palette. I don't know. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen so you know what I'm saying. I have no idea. I don't know what that means. Okay, it's a 12-pan palette. You can see it. The color scheme is really nice. It is, of course, a kind of a monochromatic palette in a way, and I think stuff like that makes so much sense. I love to work with palettes like this because it's super easy to work with palettes like that, you know, when you do not ever have to worry about things turning muddy because you are working within one color family. It makes things so much easier, you know. And of course cold purples is just so attractive. It's like, even like cold neutrals, cold purples, there's something incredibly attractive about that. Yeah. All right. So this is from Motsetsdam, and this is available now. All right. Then let's also talk about Melt Cosmetics, because Melt is turning another one of their stacks, their dark matter stack, into a palette. Okay, sweeties. I don't really know what to think about this release. You guys need to let me know. I feel there is something, and I'm not talking about the color scheme really, because the color scheme makes sense. There is enough depth in the palette and everything, but there is something so unattractive about this. I'm sorry, but I think it is how they put the shades in the palette. That it is basically, when you look at the palette standing up, it is one row of mattes and then basically more or less the same colors in shimmers right next to it. And I feel like if they would have turned it around, even, you know, start with the matte black on one end and with the matte shimmer on the other, and like make it like crossover kinda. Do you know what I mean? I think it would have looked so much more interesting like this. It just looks very boring, doesn't it? Now again, color scheme and stuff makes sense and everything, but I don't know. I find it very, very to look at this palette. Yeah. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Melt formula wise, and of course, as always, feel free to share your opinion and your experiences. I think I have like 4 or 5 Melt palettes. I never bought any one myself. They were all gifted to me, not by the brand, but by you guys and friends, and or people who decluttered theirs and have tried theirs and sent it to me because, you know, why not? But I did not honestly like the formula of any one of the palettes. Sorry, but it was not for me. So I don't know if I have used them right, but then again, I feel like I'm not I'm not inexperienced doing makeup, so I really don't know. But there are a lot of influencers who rock those palettes, so it must be me then. I don't know, or it's Photoshop on other people's sites. I have no idea. Okay, but this palette retails for $58. In case you want to check this one out, I don't know. I think the balance is nice of the colors in general, all together, all over, but the placement in the palette really triggers something in me that I don't like. I don't know. Dark matter. I don't know. I don't know even what it is. So yeah. Okay, let's move on to Elijah Storm Cosmetics, because now I can finally show you the whole complete palette. So this is what it looks like. This is available for pre-order now, and it's going to start shipping in the next couple of days. They're going to start shipping this one out. And you of course see here 13 duochrome shades, 6 shimmer shades, and 6 matte shades, and it's available now. Okay, now that I'm seeing the whole palette, I think the palette is nice. I would almost have preferred more mattes. I would have preferred probably to just have the duochrome shades and then turn the shimmers into mattes. But that is again my own personal preference, because I just really, really love an abundance of mattes and then just have like special shades. By now, I don't know if duochromes are still special shades, because it is so common now, in a good way, because why not? I prefer to have duochromes to then like the original OG shimmers. I personally don't need any OG shimmers anymore. I'd rather have special shades, you know? But also there, I know there are different preferences. So just saying. Okay, so in any case, this is available now. In case you want to check this one out, I do not have a price right here, but color scheme wise and depth wise and balance wise, I think this is a very beautiful palette, you know? And of course the theme we spoke about already in previous videos, so that is of course a thing, either you like it or you don't. But palette wise, I think this is it's actually really, really pretty, you know? Okay, so let us also talk about Clarity, because Clarity is coming out with new brushes. And I can show you here some eye brushes, but there are going to be also face brushes. This is just a picture of some of the eye brushes. I think altogether they're going to be 13 brushes, and I think they're they're exchanging a brush set that they used to have, and they're coming out with those instead. I think that is how I understood the post. Okay. I think the previous brushes were gold and now they're switching to these. They look super, super nice. I have not tried brushes from Clarity, but maybe you do, so maybe you have. Then of course feel free to share in the comments so we can all know what you think. But just from the picture, they look really, really nice. All right, now let us also talk about Beauty Creations, because they're coming out with the Beauty and Moa and Beauty Creations collection, and this is how she looks. Okay, so there is a whole PR box for $79. There's also the palette individually for $20, and then there's lip duos and setting sprays and the glitter set and so on and so forth. This is already available when you're seeing this, and yeah, so this is how she looks. Now, personally, I'm not the super biggest fan of having face products in a eyeshadow palette because it gets lost in my collection. Now again, that is not for everybody the case for everybody. But I also feel like if the face products are basically in the opening doors, I don't know how to say that, of the palette, then how do you prevent that the face products fall into the eyeshadow? Okay, so maybe you have like a lining in between, but then you have to keep the lining. I never keep the lining, so I don't know. I think the palette is cute actually. I think though, if the whole packaging would not be this incredibly bright hot pink, it would almost be nicer. I don't know if this is a branding, and there is I don't know this person, Yeri MUA, I have no idea. It might be the signature color for that person or the group of people, I have no idea. So I think for me it's too much pink. I don't think I've ever been young enough to love that pink. I was born too old, probably. It is too much for me, but the palette itself actually makes a lot of sense and has a lot of variety within its own realm, you know, and that is actually very sweet. And also the face products look nice. I would just prefer it separately, you know, but overall this is basically what it is, and this has launched already in case you want to check this one out. All right, sweeties, then let's also talk about Unearthly Cosmetics again. I spoke already in last week's video about a sneak peek. I showed you the outer packaging with all kinds of like glowy bugs on it, and yeah, and now of course I know what this is all about, and you probably by now already too. So this is a collab, and it is with Heather Austin, and I was so surprised. I was so surprised. Well, first of all, congratulations to Heather. This is now, I think, her second big brand collab, because she had one with Adept, right? And was there anything else? I mean, that's huge, right? So okay, now we have this palette here. This is the Heather Austin and Unearthly Resurgence collection. It's an homage to one of nature's most beautiful insects. Okay, okay. Sweeties. Okay, the outside packaging, when I saw that last week, I thought, I never would have thought that this is what is in the palette. And feel free to disagree and tell me what you thought when you saw the outer packaging. I thought that it would be a palette full of super shifty shades, a lot of green, a lot of blue, some reddish shades and pinkish, yes, but overwhelmingly greens and blues. That's what I thought, and I thought it would be like a lot of shifty shades, you know. So I don't know. This is. I was very surprised to see this. Now, is that a criticism? No, it's not. Okay, it is just something that I thought, and some of my friends also thought something completely differently would come. But it's just us. Like, who cares what we think? Okay. So yeah. So this is basically what she came out with, and congratulations. Congratulations on this one. There's also a lippy, and there's also two highlighters. The highlighter and the lippy, you can only have them if you buy the whole collection, but you can have the palette separately. Okay, if you don't want to buy the whole collection, but the lippy and the highlighters will not be available separately. Okay, so this is basically what it is. I do think my discount code does not work on this one as far as I know, but if you have other things beyond this collection in your cart, it will work on that. I think this is what the owner of Unearthly told us. as affiliates, you know. So that is what it is. I think it is an interesting looking palette. I would like to just sit and play with that a little bit and see what is in there, because the looks that I've seen Heather doing are really, really beautiful. She's always doing beautiful looks, very beautiful looks, you know, and I am super excited for her that she got to do this, you know, super excited. Again, if I would have gotten like an assignment, okay, if I would have gotten the assignment to create a color scheme according for a palette according to the packaging, it would have looked completely different. But that is because we are all completely different, and I personally feel that that is such an enrichment. I know that a lot of people feel it as a threat, and that's actually a shame, because I think even if I could sit here with Heather now and we could just talk about this, and she could like share her thoughts and tell me, you know what, this is what I was thinking, and this is what I was feeling, and this is what I was seeing in my inner eye when I was sitting down and creating this palette, that would actually be super, super cool. Now, I don't know Heather personally or anything. I think we were in a group collab twice, I want to say, but we have no personal connection really. But yeah, so super proud of her that she got to a brand collab with Unearthly. This is incredible. All right, sweeties, what can I tell you? Oh, the price for the whole collection is $86, and for the single eyeshadow palette it is $45. All right, so this is launching, let me just double check, is that going to be in 2 days for you? Something like that, okay, like super soon. Okay, sweeties, let us also talk about Kimchi Chic Beauty, because they're coming out with the Cherry Chic bundle. Okay, so you do have the palette, and then there's also a lippy, I think. Let me just scroll. I think there's also a lippy. Okay, I want to talk about the palette though, and I want to kind of draw on what you're seeing, what you are feeling. Okay, so this is of course a cherry theme, makes sense with the reds and everything. And there's also, and it kind of gets lost in the palette because of the dark background, I just want to point it out so you don't think there's a shade missing. In the bottom left corner there is a very, very dark, either it's a super, super dark red or it's a black, okay, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, but I kind of feel like those mid-range reds, in like mid-range in color intensity and like shading, they're very, very similar, you know, and I kind of feel like, I don't know if one maybe could have had a bit of a better range. Now, thing is, I can argue with myself and say, well, when you look at a cherry tree and you look at the cherries, there's also just going to be slight variations in the colors between all of the cherries. It's not like there's going to be variations from light to dark, like a whole color palette, okay? In case you're hearing something, a truck just has arrived outside to pick up the tree trunks and pieces, I think. Okay, so in any case, that is what it is. Would really, really like to know what you feel. I have tried Kimchi Chic Beauty once in my life with a palette. Was it called Desert Queens or something like this? I got that from my bestie as a gift. So yeah, that is basically what it is. Is this available? The bundle price for the palette and for the lippy is $38. The palette by itself is $30. Did I say 38? 38 for the bundle, 30 just for the palette, and 12 just for the lip gloss, and it's available right now. Okay, now let us go to Jacqueline Hill Cosmetics, because she's introducing the Heat Pop. Okay, so this is a collection, single pan matte blushes and hydrating lip oils. That is what she's coming out with, and that's how they look. Okay, so this seems to be like a smaller collection, which is actually really, really nice. And also when you look at the swatches, it actually is a very, very lovely collection, you know. So I definitely wanted to show you. I have never tried Jacqueline Hill Cosmetics, but this actually looks like super gentle, almost classy, but then also not. But it's kind of, it has a very, very cool vibe to it. And I think it's also really, really nice to have a smaller collection. So this is really, really nice. So I don't know about the quality. I know nothing about this. Just saying that this is, wait, is this coming or is this live already? I think this is coming this coming Thursday. Okay, so in case you want to check this one out, this is about to drop. Then let's also talk again about Menagerie cosmetics, because I wanted to definitely show you this. These are the Moonlit Metal Toppers. This looks so good. This looks so good. 4 different shades, and it says here, our liquid toppers are multi-use products to have fun. Get creative and use these however you'd like. They're great over any matte liquid lipstick, turning them into a beautiful flashy metallic. You can tap some over your bare lid or your cheeks for a pop of sparkle, and so much more. So this is super, super versatile. And do I have swatches? I don't have swatches. I would love to see how this actually looks when it's not concentrated in a component, but when it is sheer. I would love to see that. So maybe they're still gonna do that. I would love to see that. But already from this, what I'm seeing here, this actually looks super, super cute and exciting and sparkly, and you always get me with sparkly. You know, not the alcohol, but with sparkly makeup. Okay, so sweeties, Beauty Moon Cosmetics is coming out with a criminal eyeshadow palette. So this is how she looks. 16 pans full of mattes, shimmers, and glitters. That is so funny, because I think like 2 weeks ago, I said in one of my videos that nobody's doing pressed glitters in palettes anymore. And I don't know in what connection I was saying that, but do you remember me saying that? And now, ever since, I have started to see pressed glitters in palettes again. I don't know. Okay, so in any case, this has released already, and I think this is a limited edition. I think so. There's a limited quantity, okay? So if you want to check this one out, I don't know personally what the story behind this palette is, if this palette reflects a certain criminal story or something like this. I cannot judge that. Overall, I think there are nice darker shades in there. I love that there are those gray shades in the palette. But overall, I don't know what the connection to criminal is, okay, for this certain release. But maybe it's also not important. If you like the color scheme, then you buy whatever is written on the palette, right? So, okay, so this is from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. In case you want to check this one out. Oh, I love those grays. They're really, really calling me. What is it with me in grays and silvers? I don't know. All right, then let's also quickly talk about Made by Mitchell, because they are actually coming, or he's coming out with their plush, you know, his plush shades, and now they're available as actually pressed shades, okay? Because up until now, as far as I know, they were liquid formula. Okay, so I have 3 different ones here. They are now available for around $24 each. All right, this is how they look. These 2 orangey tones kind of look very, very similar. One is more bright and one is a little bit more like darker, but overall it's hard to judge, honestly. It's a bit hard to judge. One is darker and one is a little bit more bright, but overall I think they're almost a little bit too similar, but that's just me. Okay, the packaging is not my piece of cake at all. Like this kind of weird packaging, I don't get it. What is it? What is it supposed to be? I don't have a picture of the whole thing when it's closed, so I don't even know what this is supposed to be when it's closed. Like, what do you see? I have no idea. But in any case, in case you want to check this one out, in case you're a super huge fan of those plush shades, then of course feel free to enjoy. Okay, let's also talk about Notoriously Morbid. They're coming out with a lot of stuff lately, right? So Notoriously Morbid is coming out with the Madame Violet palette, and this is how she looks, a 9-pan palette. The swatches look mouth-watering. For a 9-pan palette, super nice balance, super, super beautiful. Also the outer packaging, super, super stunning, really, really nice. This is, when is this coming? This is available now. This is available now, and I do not have a price, but sweeties, the swatches look so, so nice. And the color scheme, again, it's beautiful, absolutely stunning. The variety within a 9-pan palette is beautiful. They know what they're doing. Okay, then let's also talk about Half Magic Beauty, because they're coming out, I think, with 2 releases, and it is actually sneak peeks. I don't really know yet what this is. I just wanted to put it out there in case you want to check this one out. Okay, there might be a little bit of a jump in the video right now because I had to stop filming and change the battery. Yeah. Okay, sweeties, all I have about this release from Half Magic Beauty is mood boards. Okay, and I don't really know what is behind it. Is it a palette? Is it lip collection? Is it nail polish? I have no idea as of right now. Okay, but the first mood board is Crown Please. This is how it looks, and it's purples. There is also a little bit of turquoise. There is blue. So this could absolutely be my thing. Let us see. I have no idea, but this looks already really, really cool. Okay, and then let's move on to the next mood board, and that is the Serving Siren. Also here with the neutral tones, sand, and then of course sea and darker, very, very dark turquoise kind of a thing. Very beautiful. So I am super, super excited to see what is behind that. So we'll definitely talk about this. Why don't I know? This is supposed to be launching your tomorrow, and I don't know yet what it is. I don't know. But in any case, I'll update you next week then, and we shall then all enjoy. Okay, sweeties, we definitely need to talk about Odin's Eye. Odin's Eye has launched a new collection. And honestly, I hadn't seen the sneak peeks, because usually during the week I am not a lot online. Yes, I post, but then usually I leave social media because it is just not for me a very, very healthy place. But I got a message from one of you sweeties and she was like, Leorah, have you seen this? And she sent me the link basically to that post, that picture. And I was like, now I need to have it. It's your fault. You know? So these palettes look absolutely beautiful. Now, I happen to be a very, very big fan of the Odin's Eye formula. I love the Odin's Eye formula. I know people are either a fan or they are not. I like it. What I have no connection to is this whole Nordic theme, the Nordic or the Norse gods and all of that. It means nothing to me. I have no connection to this. It's not part of my life. I know nothing about it, and it's also not important to me. But you know, some people are very, very much into that. I am not. I just really, really don't care. But this is the Jord or Jords, I don't know, Divine Collection. So I think Jord is the Earth Goddess, I think. I don't know. And yeah, and they're coming out with 2 palettes with 15 shades each, and one of them is the Jewels and Gem palette, and the other one is the Stone and Rock palette. And I love this cold vibe of actually both of them. You know, one is a little bit warmer, but overall there is like a very, very down-to-earth but cold vibe, and I love it. You know, so these are retailing for about $36 each, and they are available now, and they're actually on the way to me. Now there is also like a whole like jewelry, fashion jewelry, I think it's fashion jewelry, I don't know if it's like real stones or if it's, I have no idea, collection together with it that you can buy as a bundle together with the palettes. That makes it very, very expensive. I'm only getting the palettes. I do not need that jewelry. I have enough. But I think if you buy the whole bundle, it costs you something like $280. And that is already discounted. I think that was discounted for the launch, and the original price is $325. I don't know what to do with that. This kind of thing, I think in today's day and age, where people are struggling and where it's hard for everybody, with all kinds of costs for like real life, you know, like makeup is not necessary. It's not. It's a luxury. But real life, housing costs, heating, gas, whatever, water, you know, that is real life. And to come out with a collection like that is so expensive, and I know a lot of people tend to then buy the whole collection if they need that jewelry or not. That I don't know, I don't feel good about that, you know, really not. And I think the makeup brands should keep their pants on, you know. So yeah. So I'm only getting the palette, and I have to give Cheryl, my sweet friend that I met through YouTube, a super big shout out, because she bought this for me. I'm going to reimburse her, but she bought this for me because this launch was on Shabbat, where I cannot be online for religious reasons. a lot of times this happens because a lot of brands launch their products either on, for me, late Friday or during my Shabbat, which is Saturday, and I'm not online because I'm Shabbat observant, so I'm not online, you know. And then usually by the time I'm back online, stuff has sold out. So, you know, so I kind of sometimes need a little bit of help of a friend, and she was so kind to do it. And and these are going to come my way, so you're definitely going to see looks with this one, or with both of them, obviously. All right, sweeties, let us talk about Lorella Cosmetics, because they're coming out with a collab with 3 different influencers that I absolutely do not know. And I'm probably gonna butcher their names, and I'm truly sorry for that. But okay, so this is the Aguilar's Extravagant Eyeshadow Palette Collection. I have no idea how to pronounce this. I have no idea what that means, but it looks like there are 3 different influencers, I think, who created those palettes. They retail for $35, and I think that is for all of them. For all 3 of them. I hope I'm not saying something wrong, but I think this is what I'm getting from this post. And then there's also going to be 3 lippies, and all 3 you retail for $12, and you can have the whole collection for $75 in a PR box. Okay, each palette has 10 shades, and of course you see the different color schemes. Am I gonna try to say what the influencers are? Glam by Candy, Nikki V or Nikif, I have no idea, and then MV Velody. I don't know, sweeties. Okay, so in any case, in case you want to check this one out and like know exactly who these people are, then of course go on Lorella Cosmetics social media and check for yourself. The palettes, yeah, it depends what your taste is. You know, I think I like the one with that green the most, because I think it is probably depth-wise and variety-wise for me, for my personal makeup style, the most variety in a way. But yeah, so you know, we're all different, so you feel free to check it out. Okay, then we also need to talk about Root Cosmetics, because I want to know what you think. Okay, so Root Cosmetics is dropping a whole colorful mascara collection. They're all waterproof, and it's a mascara collection with 6 bold shades. So we do have a green, a navy, a plum, a magenta, a purple, and a blue, and they retail for about almost $8 each. Okay, I want to know, they're available, by the way. Okay, so I want to know what your experiences are with mascaras, with colorful mascaras to be exact, because for me it has never made a huge impact. Now, I've never really used a primer on my lashes or anything. That might be the reason why colorful mascaras just never have really done anything for me. So what do I do? Let me show you. Colorful lashes. Colorful lashes. That's what I do. If I want to have color on my lashes, I'm just going to glue them on. Here I also have, ooh, now everything is coming to stick on my hands. There's also blue ones, for example. Like I'm just very much into that. I also have green ones and yellow ones and purple, and well, purple I just showed you. Okay, so in any case, that is what I do. Maybe I am just too lazy to use mascara and to like apply it maybe like in 3 different layers or something like this. Maybe that's how one should do it. I don't know. In general though, and I think me having all those colorful lashes is the proof of that. I love the concept of having colorful lashes. It can just turn a whole look around, you know, turning it from a look that is expected to something that is completely out there and just makes everybody go like, you know, and I love that. Sometimes I also don't want people to go when they see me, you know, but it depends a bit on the day. But yeah, so that's basically that. So I would love to know what you think. I think it is a nice option though for people who are not into putting on lashes, you know, because not everybody can do it or wants to do it or can tolerate it. So that is really nice. I would just like to know, if you know from experience, if there is any way to make them pop more, these kinds of mascaras, colorful ones. If there is any kind of primer that you can recommend that makes colors stand out more or something like this, you know. So in case you want to share, then of course feel free to do so. Okay, our last release, or sneak peek kind of partial release for this week is from Saints, Angels, Sinners, because there is a big palette coming. And when I saw this palette, my heart just skipped a beat, because I am so thrilled that one of my most favorite brands is coming out with a very large palette. And this is the Chameleon palette. This is basically all the shades that I can see as of right now. Now, I have seen the whole palette already behind the scenes, but this is basically what has been posted as of right now. Now, there are, I think, I want to say 15 different creators in this collab, and I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, that there is this group, Calming the Chameleon, who are doing makeup. Is it for mental health or something like this? Something like this. And they're all in a group, and they created this palette. And I think this is gonna be really nice. Just the size, sweeties, let's just enjoy the big palette, sweeties, let's live, let's just, you know, I'm loving it. So I'm super excited for you to see it, and I'm super excited to receive it at some point. And this, also the packaging with the chameleon and stuff is so cute, and I'm going to use this so much. So much. There's going to be duochromes in the palette. It's going to be purple, it's going to be green, it's going to be multichromes. It's going to be so much fun, you know. So I don't know when this is releasing. I have no idea as of right. Do I know? I don't think so. So they are sneak peeking, of course, more shades every single day, and I do feel, or I think that every one of those collab members basically gets to sneak peek the shades that he or she, I think it's women, I'm not 100% sure, chose, you know. And I think it might be like 2 per person, something like that, and they get to reveal their own shades, and that is so cute. I think this is gonna be really nice. Husband, you want to come and say hi? Are you trying to sneak by without saying hi to the crowd, to the huge crowd that is watching my videos?
Hi.
You have the most beautiful hands in all of mankind's history. All right.
Thank you.
All right, sweeties, that was it. And yeah, we're definitely, of course, next week going to talk about this whole palette, and I cannot wait to show it to you. And I think, do you remember also from Saints, Angels, Sinners, the Fairy Tale palette that has released by now? It's over a week ago. I think it's over a week ago, and it was stuck in customs for almost a month, and I think it has now started to move, so you are going to see that palette here featured also, of course. And yeah, feel free to check out, of course, all these releases. I am really happy to be able to try some of them, you know. Okay, let me just move back and also move my softbox because it got moved by my husband's beautiful hands. Okay, sweeties, this is it from me for today. I hope you did enjoy yourselves with me together. I'm just happy to be here, and you know what, it is so cool. I thought when I started to have dogs a little bit more than a year ago, I thought that this would just like stop me doing YouTube, and these dogs are so loving it when I'm sitting here and I'm talking. They always go to sleep. Well, I don't know, once in a blue moon they also fight, and you then get to hear that, but they are so calmed by me sitting here talking. It's very cool. Now, what you just heard is just the color, the dog color on the stone floor. But basically, there was Rex just adjusting his position, and other than that, they're just super calm, and they love it being here as the channel dogs, you know. And I love it that I can share that with them, because basically I get to unite my most favorite things, my two most favorite things in life, which is my animals, and especially my dogs, and of course my makeup, you know. It's so nice. Okay, sweeties, that is it. Of course, as always, let me know what you think in the comments. Also, thank you so much for your feedback also on last week's video. It's so nice to see what you're thinking, and that we're always really, I cannot even recall that someone has ever been like rude or nasty or anything. doesn't really happen here in my comment section. So I'm really, really blessed and I'm grateful, and thank you so, so much for being so nice and having so much good vibes. And yeah, let's just continue on that path. That would be wonderful, and we could just set a bit of an example also, you know, that it is possible. Yeah. Okay, of course, if you want to, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. Give the video a like if you liked it, or a dislike if you didn't. And beyond that, of course, I'm going to see you here super soon for my next video, and up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.